and there aren't that many lights, like there's no overhead lights. I just wanted to make sure because there's a lot of dark furniture. I usually have just a plain wall behind me, so I'm not as accustomed to this, but yeah. What do you think? Should we start, Erin?
I think so. Everybody ready with their weights or whatever they want to use, but.
Okay, probably everyone that has signed in that's going to be here is here. All right. So hi, welcome everyone. My name is Shanna and we're at Adaptive Adventures and we're doing an adaptive chair yoga class today that'll emphasize some core strength. And so part of the time we'll be working with some weights and part of the time just with our breath and movement. So just have your weights near you so that we can pick them up in a moment, but we'll start without our weights, all right? So first, let's just come into our bodies. So find yourself in your comfortable seated position, grounded, and then see if we can soften our senses. So if you think about the 5 senses that we have, so much of our information comes into us through our senses. So let's see if we can quiet our senses down and come a little bit more inward. So with your hands pressing down on your thighs lightly, that'll just help remind you to lengthen your spine. Close your eyes softly. And then let go of your day. Let go of the past. Don't invent the future. Try and stay right here, right now. And the way we do that is by riding the breath. But the next time you inhale, can you smooth out your forehead and release any template of emotions that are there? We carry so much in our face, our personality muscles. So can we soften our forehead? When you exhale, can you imagine the eyebrows moving out away from the center and becoming heavy and sort of draping down the sides of your face just a little bit? So releasing the forehead, releasing the eyebrows. Now coming to the eyes. So the eyes are softly closed or the gaze is down. And create a feeling of the eyes themselves, the eyeballs being a little heavy and sinking down just a little bit towards the cheekbones. The eyelids are relaxed. And the outer corners of the eyes are just a little heavy and they sink in just a little deeper. Your cheeks are soft. Your jaw is relaxed. And then go inside. Can you relax the inside of your mouth? Can you release tension from the hinge of the jaw? And if you need to, you can just a little opening and closing or moving the jaw back and forth, just finding that place where the hinge is and then seeing if you can release it. Now we normally say let the tongue be soft, but now let the root of the tongue relax as well. And then if you can get to the root of the tongue, can you imagine going out laterally, out sideways, into the inner ear, and we're relaxing the inner ear. So now all of our senses have been able to let go. Our face is soft. Now think about the palate of the mouth, the roof of the mouth, lifting it up just a little bit towards the ceiling. And when you do that, maybe you'll feel the back of the neck lengthen. Find that sensation at the base of the skull where it meets the neck, and maybe you can even lift up there a little bit. And as you do that, can you relax the shoulders down? Now bring your hands onto your belly. The face will stay relaxed. The shoulders are soft. The spine is tall. And now just allow yourself to observe your breathing. And with a relaxed belly on an inhale, your belly will expand almost as though it's inflating. It's not. The lungs are inflating and they're pushing your abdominal organs out of the way. So your belly will expand on an inhale. And on an exhale, the organs will move back. The navel will move just a little bit towards the spine. Take 3 more breaths here, and maybe you can count to yourself. Count a slow 2-count inhale, a little pause, and then give yourself a slow 3-count exhale, drawing the navel back with like 20% of your capacity, just enough to support the diaphragm moving back up. Belly out on an inhale, belly in on the exhale. On the inhale, feel a little taller, but let the shoulder blades go. Let them slide down the back. And on the exhale, keep that length, but soften into it. Let the space between your shoulder blades soften. Now begin to think about breathing in 360 degrees. Think about our rib cage almost like a big bell shape. And we can breathe to the front, to the sides, and to the back. The rib cage can move in all of those dimensions. So now take a breath and see if you can feel your breath in your shoulders. You can relax your hands down on your lap or at your belly, whatever you prefer. But see if you can take an inhale into your shoulders and feel your shoulders gently move and maybe a sense of expansion. And on the exhale, feel the shoulders slide down your back. Now put your hands on your chest. And the next time you inhale, let your chest lift up as though your sternum is coming towards your chin. And on the exhale, the chest sinks back down away from the chin. Now put your hands on your solar plexus. That's that space right inside the arch of your ribs. And on an inhale, set your intention to expand your body underneath your hands. And on the exhale, let that place relax. Now bring your hands around and clasp your rib cage from the sides. So you're actually feeling your ribs. And the next inhale, let the intention be to push your hands away from each other. So broadening the rib cage out to the sides with your inhale, and on the exhale, letting the ribs knit back down and towards the center. You can even push a little with your hands to help that sensation. Let's try that one more time there. So inhaling, letting the ribs broaden and lift up. And on the exhale, the ribs pull down and in. Now place your hands on your low back. So right in the apex of your low back here, your diaphragm is also connected there. So if you take a deep inhale here and look up at the ceiling, you'll feel your lumbar curve increase. And then when you exhale, just drop your chin and round your back a little. And you'll feel your low back flatten out a little. Now do that for a few more breaths and see if you can't feel the diaphragm sort of vibrating under your hands as you inhale and then as you exhale. And even if you can't feel it or sense it, know that your diaphragm is connected to your lumbar spine. So movements of the spine, the low back, are coordinated with movements of the breath. Now bring your hands back to your lap. And the last place I'll ask you to feel your breath is under your arms. So at the sides of your ribs or even in the front of your armpits. We're going to imagine a big hot air balloon that's sitting in our pelvis. And when we inhale, that hot air balloon begins to rise up and feel that pressure under your armpits. And that's your ribs expanding, or the idea of that hot air balloon lifting, and then on the exhale, that hot air balloon going back down. Now we'll add our arms to this, and we still want to keep this image of the hot air balloon. So keep your elbows a little bit bent, soft. We'll call them forgiving joints. When you inhale, take it nice and slow and just lift your arms up a little bit, not the whole way, but look up. This will be our inhale. Feel that hot air balloon lifting. Turn your palms down, and as you exhale, let's make an SH sound. Like we're pushing 2 helium balloons down. Turn your palms up. The next time you're ready to inhale, feel as though that hot air balloon is floating your arms up. Gently look up, and then turn the hands down, and big exhale. Let's do that one more time like that. So inhale up, and then exhale down. Let the shoulder blades slide down as the arms come down. All right, now we want to just really get the breath in the body. We want to become aware of it, feel it in the body in all these different places, and then begin to move a little bit more. So one of the ways that we can begin to feel the breath is to hold the breath out a little bit. So we'll do a practice in which we inhale and hold for just 1 count. And when you hold, your lungs are full, you're not breathing, but you're also not gripping, clenching, or tightening in any way. So you just inhale and then pause and then exhale. And we'll take that pause and little by little, we'll lengthen it a little bit each time. Now, if at any time that doesn't feel right for you, if you're feeling shaky or your nervous system seems anxious, then it's not right for you. Breathe as you need to. If it feels good, then we're finding the right balance for you, and you can follow with me on that. All right, so let's take the arms by the sides. That hot air balloon is in our pelvis. And on an inhale, let's inhale the whole way up now. Soft elbows, bring your hands up towards each other. Maybe the fingertips lightly touch. And we pause for just 1 count. And then exhale, just push the air down. Soft elbows, soften between the shoulder blades and lower the arms. Let the inhale be the full length of the time it takes for you to lift your arms up. Let your fingertips touch lightly. Get a little taller now. You're holding for 1 and 2. And then exhale, down. Let's try for 3 now. So inhale, arms lift. Look up and pause for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, pull that navel back to spine. Let your chin drop. The spine is long. Let the arms drop. Now we're going to try that again, and then we're going to stay up and do a little variation. So see how this feels. So inhaling up, look up, arms are up, fingers come together lightly, and pause for 3, 2, and 1. Now when you exhale, just bend your elbows a little bit. Keep your arms over your head. And then inhale and reach up and look up, get taller. And then exhale, just soften your elbows again. So we're not holding anymore. Now we're really breathing in. Big inhale in, let the rib cage expand. And then exhale, just softening the elbows a little bit. And then last time, inhale and reach. And then exhale, push the air away and down. Relax the shoulders, get them away from your ears, and bring the long arms down. Now your hands are on your lap. Now pause here. In the kind of practice we do, the pause is as important as the pose. So notice what you're feeling. Get a little feedback from your nervous system. What's it feeling? How's it feeling? Where are you feeling it? So just taking a little moment to check in and see what's going on with you. All right. Now we'll take the gestures that we just did and we're going to expand them a little bit now. So start again with your arms by your sides and follow with me this first time so you know what's going on. So on an inhale, you'll bring your arms up over your head. Your hands will touch. Now you're going to take your left hand and let the fingers draw along the inside of the right arm as you lower the right arm to the shoulder, and then just bring the left hand to the right shoulder. Right? So it's just under the collarbone here. Take an inhale and get tall here. Reach through those right fingers. And when you exhale, follow the hand with your eyes and investigate what it feels like for this first little twist today. Breathe as you need to here. Each inhale, you get a little taller. And each exhale, you're pulling the navel to spine. Now bring yourself back. And now we'll use our next inhale to trace that arm as we lift it up. Our hands will come together at the top. And then the right hand traces the left as we lower the left arm. And the right hand goes on the left shoulder. Take an inhale, get tall. Pull the belly in and exhale and twist. And just notice where your eyes go. We're going to do this 2 more times on each side. And twists are this lovely thing that somehow when you repeat them, you get a little deeper. Inhale and bring it back. And if you have enough breath or take another inhale when you're ready, we'll slide our arms back up to center. So that's the pattern. Exhale, right arm comes out to the side, left hand to the right shoulder. And when you're ready, exhale and twist. Maybe hold it just a little longer this time, but keep getting tall. So think about lifting your chest up towards your chin, but then letting your shoulder blades slide down your back. Take a big inhale, swing it around, and see if you can keep that same inhale and bring it up. And then let's see if this exhale can take us down and twist. So notice if your eyes have gone a little further than they did the last time. Just noticing what you notice without judgment. And then coming back. And one more time on each side, bringing the arms up. As they say, there's no Olympics in yoga. So you're just trying to feel your own body and exhale. However, I will tell you, while we're in this pose, when I was in India, I actually saw a competition for yoga. And then inhale, come on back. Slide that left hand over as you lift up. And then over to the side. Find your twist. So it was in a gymnasium with little kids, middle-aged kids, and high school kids. And the judge would go up to the microphone and go, Baddha Konasana, which is the name of a pose. And then the kids with these big numbers on their chest would like do the postures. It was so much fun to watch. All right, and then come on back. Bring both arms up to the ceiling. This time, bring your hands the whole way down to the center. Bring it to heart center and pause. And let's take one more inhale. Bring your arms up. And this time, we're going to bring our knuckles, make fists, and bring our knuckles to touch each other or towards each other in our back. So knuckles in the low back. And then release and pause. So since we did twist, let's do what we'll call empty sleeves. So just let your arms be relaxed and find a couple easy twists here, just spinning back and forth. And one of the things that you do in Qigong is you let your hand just gently thump that opposite shoulder. A little bit like we were doing. It's a meridian point there that stimulates your organs. And if that feels okay and you'd like to add to it, let the opposite hand come around and hit the kidneys in the back. So it'll look like this. All right. Or something like that, or some version of it. Adapt and modify as feels right for you. Just allowing your rib cage to swivel in relationship to your hips. And then one more. And come back. All right. Now coming back to the breath in the simplest way possible. Your hands are on your lap. On an inhale, just get tall and let your whole rib cage expand. When you exhale, simply lean forward with a long back to any degree. And then use your inhale to come back up to vertical, expand the rib cage. And exhale and lean forward. Last time. So coordinating our breath with our movement. We inhale and get tall. And we exhale, compress the abdominals to help us exhale and lean forward. And then come back to center. All right, let's see what it feels like to go to the sides now. So we'll inhale in the middle and get tall, and now just exhale, just lean over to the right. Doesn't have to be big, just a little bit, and just feel whatever's happening in the body, the change. Use your next inhale to float back to center, and then exhale to the left. Let the head and neck relax. Maybe let that right shoulder glide down the back a little bit. Let's try that one more time on each side. Inhaling to center, and just exhaling to the right. Head and neck relax. Left shoulder lowers a little bit. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. So we're just beginning to change the core, the dynamics that your core has to respond to keep you level. There's liquid behind our eyes, which is sort of how we know when we're in balance. And so the body is adapted that your eyes want to stay level with the horizon. So when we go kilter or are off center from the horizon, then all these different things have to happen to try and orient us. And that's one of the ways we get our core to engage. All right, so let's press down and inhale up. And then let's exhale and come forward. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the left. Inhale back to center, and just a little tiny bit, lean back until you feel your abdominals turn on, or just when it feels like you're not going to fall over, and come back to center. All right, so we're like a gyroscope. So now we're going to combine them all. We've done this many times. We'll call them hip circles. So lean over to the left and then connect it. Come down over the left knee, over to the right knee, glide up to the right, and take it back to any degree, feeling the abdominals turn on. And let's take them nice and slow today. We want to really feel our breath in our body. We're challenging our body as we take it out of relationship to gravity, but we still want the breath to be long and smooth. So let's do one more in this direction. Come back to center. Pause, and maybe you'll feel a shift in your energy already. Just subtle things like this can really change the way we feel. And now let's take it over to the right knee and then glide over towards the left. So opposite direction and back. So just a few here. Really allowing the muscles time to respond as we're changing our relationship to gravity, but continuing to breathe. So let's do one more. So you'll exhale as you come forward and down, and you'll inhale as you come back and around, and then come back to center. Now, after I do that, I always like to get us to move the rib cage a little bit more, because that's also how we breathe. So you can see what I just did, move my rib cage side to side. So now we'll call them heart circles. So we're going to take our rib cage forward, and then we'll slide it over to the left. We'll curl back, so our rib cage is going back, and then we swoop it over to the right. So now, almost like the inside of a washing machine, you're churning and letting your rib cage move. Let it become the dominant part of you that's moving, is the rib cage, more than the shoulders and the hips, if that's possible. So you're drawing like an oval with your heart and your sternum. Come back to center and just notice that really usually generates a lot of energy. It's a lot of muscles to do that. Take a deep breath. So inhale for 2 counts through the nose and sigh out for 3 counts through the mouth. That's what we call a cleansing breath. And then whatever direction you went, let's reverse it. So we'll take our heart and our ribs over to the right and back, if you were going in the same direction as me, and moving that rib cage around. Let your shoulders, you can sort of shrug your shoulders along with it. So you're arcing, going to the side, rounding, and then coming back. All right, and then come back to center. So all of this leads us to, I mean, so much of yoga is about cat and cow. Cow is a little back bend, cat is a little rounding. And once you see that it's almost inside every posture that we do. So let's just do that a little bit and then we'll expand it. All right. So bend your elbows a little bit as you inhale and come forward and look up. So you'll find a little back bend. And then as you exhale, just bring your hands to your knees and round back. And then let's try that a few times. Inhale, take the palms up, look up, lift the sternum. This time when you exhale, let's bring the arms in front of us, but the back of the hands touching and reach. That might help you round a little bit better. And then inhale, we reverse it like you're receiving big gratitude, arms are wide. And on the exhale, the back of the hands flow together, drop the chin, hollow out the belly, and lean back. Let's do that one more time, just feeling the movements of the spine. So you inhale, you lean forward and then look up, and that builds that little back bend. And then on an exhale, you tuck your tail, round your back, hollow your belly, and the back of the hands touch. And then you come back to center. Now let's try a more extreme version of that. So on an inhale, take your arms up into a Y and find a back bend. And then on the exhale, let's drop our hands to our knees and really push back. Drop the shoulders, drop the chin. And now you'll feel yourself rocking on your pelvis. So inhale, lean forward and arms into a big Y, like you want to touch the sky. And exhale, hands push the knees away and you round down. And let's do one more time like that. Reaching up, finding that full length of the spine. That's the intention here. And then exhale the hands down and round. Okay. Let's interlace the fingers. Turn the palms away. And now, like we were doing, round your back and push your palms away. Drop the chin. And then on the inhale, rock forward and take the hands up to the ceiling. Find that little back bend. We'll do this just one more time before changing it. So exhale, push the hands away and lean back. Hollow out the spine and the belly. And then inhale, lean forward and then up, reaching for the ceiling. Now pause with your arms up. Make sure you feel stable in your chair. And let's take it over to the left. But now you're going to look down and continue. We're making a big circle with our arms, or any size circle that feels good, coming up and around. So full circles. Sometimes these are called sunflower when you do these kind of postures with these big circles. Let's do one more. And again, this is for you, so make it work for you. Whatever feels right, the scale, the size. Back up. And then we'll pause for just a moment. And you might begin to feel a little bit more range of motion in your shoulders. And let's try it in the opposite direction now. Take it over to the left and then look down. So there's a little twist involved. And then when you come up, looking up and around. And try 2 more circles, any version that works for you. And then when you come to the top, just let your hands fall back a little bit if that's available to you. So you'll lift your chest forward, a little deeper back bend. And then let's exhale and release the hands. All right. So I have 2-pound weights, but you can also use something like water bottles are 1 pound, or you can use no weights. I know Eric has his wrist weights, so whatever you would like to use today. And we're going to do a little bit of upper body strength. So I actually sort of really love combining weights with yoga. It's really fun. So today what we're going to do is pretty normal arm stuff just to strengthen our arms and our core. All right. So let's start with our arms down by our sides and our palms forward. And we'll start with a cross body bicep curl. So take your left hand and just lightly bring it to the right shoulder, and then take the arm down, and then bring the right to the left shoulder, and then bring it down. So we want to move slowly and deliberately. So we don't want to fling or use momentum, right? The idea is that we could stop. As you can see, I'm doing my own version of stop motion. You could stop anywhere along the way and pause. So we have control, right? And then bring that down. So we'll try long, deep breaths to match the length of our motion. So left hand to the right shoulder. Take an inhale here, and then a long exhale. Pull the navel to spine. Let's try inhaling the right hand to the left shoulder. And then exhaling nice and slow and long with control. This is great for your muscles. It makes them long and strong. Last time, inhaling left hand to the right shoulder. And then exhale long. And obviously the secret is, and now we bring the right hand up, we're taking the muscle through its full range of motion. So we're letting the muscle be long and strong through its full range. And then down. Okay, now we'll just do some front body bicep curls. And my elbows are the weirdest elbows in the world. They look like they're, this is with my arms straight. They almost look like they're bent. But just so you know, I'm intending for you to have your arms straight. It's just my arms are just built this way. I saw a picture of my mother and her arms look just like this. So it's genetic. All right. So our palms are facing forward. We're holding our weights. Take an inhale here and get tall. Firm the belly. And when you exhale, just bring your hands up to your shoulders. And then inhale, take it nice and slow. And exhale up to the shoulders. And inhale again, slow. So we're lengthening those biceps as we lower them with resistance. And third time. We'll go for 5 for each of our exercises here. 4. Just keeping your breath if you can, as long as the gesture. All right, now our elbows are by our sides. Let's bring our arms just parallel to the floor. Palms are still up. Our elbows are right by our sides. When you're ready, just swivel your arms out to the sides so they stay level with the floor. Right? And then we'll inhale and bring them back. And we'll exhale and take them out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and pause for a moment, and then float them back in on an inhale. I like to do a little click with the barbells. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I like to do it. So spine is long, chest is open, shoulder blades, a little squeeze in the shoulder blades and drawing them down the back, and then bringing them together. And we'll just do 2 more. So out and in. And your spine is long and your head is right on top of your spine. It's not forward or back. So you're in alignment, and then you bring it back. Let your hands down on your lap for just a moment to relax. Take a cleansing breath if that feels good. Inhaling through the nose for 2 and exhaling a sigh out for 3. Now let your arms be long. Let's do just a few shoulder circles here. So again, the weights are going to add a little resistance and help us get a little stronger in this dimension, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's do 1 more time. All right. Now we were like this before with the palms up and the elbows bent. Try it now with the palms down and the elbows bent. Do the same thing again, different muscles for this, right? Take an inhale here and exhale, take it out to the sides. Might be a little more challenging, it is for me. And then inhale, float it back in. And exhale back. Try and draw the elbows towards each other, the shoulder blades towards each other. and then back in. So this is the slow, mindful sort of yoga version of doing weights, right? Taking it slow and just building that resistance to keep the muscles long and strong. Here. And we'll do one more. Okay, let's do what's called sumo. And so you can hold the weights together or you can use just one weight, but your hands will be together. And if you can, take your legs wide and your legs are long in between your legs. Your spine is long. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, straight arms, bring your arms up and over your head. And pause for a moment. And then nice and slow. Again, we're not flinging it down. So we're really taking it slow. This is the yoga version of weightlifting. It's taking it down. Let's try for 4 more of those and modify this as you need to. If this is not available to you and you want to bend your elbows, of course. Sometimes, I've probably said this before, in your mind, you want to skip steps and you want to just be able to do something. But if your body can't do it, you have to find what it can do and work with that. And that's how we progress. And down, so feel that abdominal muscles really working here, supporting you. You can feel the muscles turn on as you take that weight up over your head and your core has to work to suspend that and then bringing it down. All right, now next time we go up, we're going to stay up. So this will be our last sumo. We'll take the arms up. I'll turn sideways now for a moment. So this is probably familiar to many of you. It's our bicep curl. I'm just rearranging, so I'm holding on to the weights with one hand. The elbows are framing your head. So they're not out here. They're framing your head and keep them close to your head. And when you exhale, let the weights go back. Keep your elbows up. Okay? So now we'll try for 5 of those. So inhaling up and exhaling. The weights will come back to maybe the base of your neck or top of your shoulders. And then up and back. So triceps are the muscles underneath your upper arms. Biceps on the top, triceps on the back. So we started out working with biceps, so now we're doing triceps. So we'll do one last time like this here. And up, and then let's bring it down. Let's take just one weight now. So I'm going to put one weight down. I'm going to turn sideways again. So lean with one arm. This is, I'll call it my left arm on my left thigh. And then the other arm is back. So take it back as the palm is facing towards the center line. So this will be for our triceps again. When you inhale, keep your elbow where it is and just bring your hand up to your shoulder. And then take it back. And bring it up. And so these are flies, a version of this. So you'll feel your upper back working here. So you're leaning a little bit forward, taking that arm back, and leaving that elbow pinned back there, and then the arm long. So now the arm is long. Let's pause here if you can. And then release it, and we'll do the other side. Okay. All right. So you're leaning, supporting yourself, either with your arm or your elbow, whatever feels right for you. And then you're taking that arm back and finding the position that feels comfortable for you for where you can activate the shoulder. So the shoulder's not up by the ear, the shoulder is down and back. And then the arm is extended. You're leaning forward just a little bit, but the spine is long. And now when you're ready, you'll bend that elbow, but keep it back there. And bring the hand up to the shoulder. And then take it back. Like you're pushing up into the air. Let's try 3 more of these. And last one. Okay. We can put the weights down now. There's more to do, but we'll do that at another time. And so now let's work just a little bit without the weights, just to relax the shoulders. And we'll lengthen through the spine one more time. Bring your hands to your shoulders. So your arms will feel so weightless now after doing weights. Right? So we're here. Inhale your arms out wide. Now turn your palms down and then bend your elbows and bring your hands to your armpits. And then take them out, turn the palms up and bring them up to your shoulders. So we're just going back and forth like this, pivoting and then bringing the arms under. So we're going under and out and over and out. So it's a simple thing, but it's like it can be demanding depending upon what's going on with your shoulder. Let's try just a few more of those. And touch, and then release. All right, this is called row the boat. I'm not really sure why, but you know, we can call it that. So we'll be using our whole body this time because that's what we want to try and do now, is to cool down a little bit and get lots of movement into the body. So bring your elbows are bent and it's like you're pushing a little bit here with your hands in front of you, okay? And then inhale your arms up and now reach way out like you're rowing the boat and just fold over your chest, your lap, and then come back up to that original position. Okay, so there's just those 4 parts. So 1, we push. 2, we go up. 3, we hinge at the hips and reach way out. Drag our fingers back and then round the back and come up to the original position. Let's do 2 more of those. So push and up and lean and reach. Row it back. Come on up and bring the hands to the original position. 1 more time, push, and then up, hinge at the hips, long spine, we reach way out in front of us, and then we round the back and come up and here. All right, let's try one little, now, I think what we can do now is we'll roll up and down, all right? So we're sitting, and we'll just end with this. We'll do 3, sometimes this is called a fountain. And it's just a really nice way of releasing every part of your body. So we'll do the first one slow so you can feel it and then you can pace it yourself. All right, so you're tall and your hands are pressing down on your thighs. The next time you exhale, just bring your chin to your collarbone. So feel the back of the neck lengthen. And then begin to very slowly roll down, like you can move 1 vertebra at a time. So the crown of the head is becoming heavy. And your upper back is rounding. And then your hands begin to slide down your legs. And your middle back is rounding. And then you're hinging at the hips. And your hands are sliding down more. And then maybe you're laying on your lap. And your hands are relaxed completely. And the back of the head is long. The back of the neck is long. The head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. If you're not sure if you're relaxed, shake your head no a little bit, just little no's and then little yeses. And do that back and forth a few times. You really want to liberate your neck so it doesn't have to hold on to your head in this position. Now, while you're down here, think about how we started when we tried to melt our personality muscles. We softened the forehead, the eyes, the jaw, the root of the tongue, and even the inner ears. Now, place your hands on your lap just to support your back. And the next time you inhale, starting with your tailbone, if you had a tail, it's like you're pulling your tail down towards the chair. And then the low back is lifting. And then the mid back, your head is still relaxed down. And then your upper back. And then your shoulders come and stack on top of your back. And then you bring your head level. All right, so that was super slow. Try it now twice with your pace, whatever feels right to you. So you'll start with an inhale to get tall. And then when you exhale, just begin to cascade down slowly. Let your hands slide down. Listen to your breath. And then use your inhale to begin to roll yourself up like a rag doll. And wherever you are, when you come up at the top, your head will be the last thing up. And then let's try it one more time. Drop the chin, drop the head, drop the shoulders, drop the chest, drop the belly, drop the back, and then sink. And then use your inhale to roll yourself up. And then come back to level. All right, hands are on your thighs. Press down to get tall. Soften your gaze and look down. And now bring all of your awareness inward. So if you're sensing the room around you and the walls, the temperature of the air, with your next breath, feel like you're pulling the universe in towards you. So begin to feel the surface of your body, or imagine it, where the clothes are touching it, where the air touches it. And then with your next inhale, come home, come inside your body and experience or imagine experiencing the body from the inside. Sometimes we have to imagine it to find it. Feeling the lungs expand, and then feeling the air actually leave your body and come back out to the atmosphere. Feeling the air in each nostril, in through the nasal passages, into the throat, and into the lungs. And then feeling that all reverse itself and make its way out. Take one more breath here and see if you can release any tension anywhere you feel in the body. Soften, soften, soften from the inside. Back of the neck is long. Back of the skull lifts up like there's helium in the top of your crown of your head that lifts you up and you get a little taller. On the inhales, the sternum lift just a little bit towards the chin and the shoulder blades slide down the back. The belly draws in just a little to help you keep the curve, the natural curve of your spine. And you are in alignment. If it feels all right to you to do so, bring your hands. You can place one hand on your chest and the other hand on top of it. Drop your chin. And one more breath, feeling yourself from the inside. Just giving thanks for this life. Life is precious. Expressing gratitude for our life and the life of others around us. And in yoga, we use the term Sangha, which means good community. So when we practice together, we create and strengthen our Sangha. So rejoicing in the Sangha that I have with you, I thank you so much for joining me today.